This week in Come Follow Me, we turn to Exodus 19 through 34. We stand at Mount Sinai, where God invites a people into covenant. Thunder surrounds the mountain, cloud covers its peak, and yet what is being offered is not distance, but nearness. God's desire is to dwell among His people. The commandments are not barriers to joy. They are pathways into presence. And the covenant declared by Israel, all that the Lord hath spoken we will do, is an invitation to become a people shaped by trust. Before we move forward, take a moment. Sit upright. Let your shoulders soften. Let your breath slow. Inhale quietly and exhale. Notice the present moment becoming still. The day can wait here. You are here. You are aware. And God is near. Imagine the base of Mount Sinai. A people witnessing fire and cloud and voice. Moses ascending into holiness. And below, silence begins to stretch. Time passes. Waiting becomes heavier than expected. And in that waiting, hearts begin to drift. What was once clear becomes distant. What was once promised begins to feel uncertain. And the people reach for something visible, something immediate, something they can control. A golden calf is formed. Not only rebellion, but fear. A substitute for trust when the unseen feels far away. Yet even here, God does not abandon His people. Moses pleads for mercy, and God reveals His name again. Merciful, gracious, longsuffering, and abundant in goodness and truth. A God who remains steady even when His people do not. Covenant is renewed. New tablets are carved. Not because failure was ignored, but because mercy is stronger than failure. The commandments are not random rules. They are a way of ordering love. Love for God. Love for neighbor. A life aligned with what is eternal rather than temporary. And the Sabbath is given as a sign. A rhythm of remembering, a weekly release of striving, a quiet declaration that life is held by God, not control. This is covenant, not perfection, but return, not flawless obedience, but faithful direction. and that same pattern is still true today. You may not stand at a literal mountain, but you will stand in moments of waiting. Moments where clarity feels delayed. Moments where trust feels stretched. Moments where it is easier to reach for the immediate than the eternal. And in those moments, you are invited back into covenant awareness. Today is not random. God has already prepared grace for it. You don't step into this day alone. Light meets you where obedience begins. You may notice impatience rising quickly, distraction pulling attention away, fear suggesting you need more control than trust. And instead of reacting, you are invited to return. Return to stillness. Return to trust. Return to the God who has not moved. Let your obedience today be simple and steady. A pause before speaking. A prayer before deciding. A willingness to choose what is right, even when unseen. Let your life today become quiet worship, not loud, not performative, but consistent and sincere. And when weakness shows up, remember this: covenant people are not defined by never failing, but by always returning. God's presence is not reserved for the perfect. It is offered to the willing, to those who turn again and again and again. So walk gently into this day, not rushed, not weighed down, but anchored in something steady and real. Let your heart learn the strength of returning to God in small ways. Let trust become your direction. Let love guide what fear once tried to control. Take one final breath. Slow and steady. You are known. You are guided. You are held in mercy that does not run out. Step forward with quiet confidence. Walk with steady faith in ordinary moments. Trust the God who still calls his people into covenant and still remains faithful to dwell with them. And carry this truth with you into every moment of your day. You are learning in real and personal ways to live as a covenant people who turn toward God and find Him already waiting. And as you move through this day, let your heart gently remember: all that the Lord hath spoken, you are learning to do.